Yo, this your boy EC22, and this is the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Before we go any further, like always, like, subscribe, share, but most of all, leave comments, because why? We want you to join this conversation. And we got your favorite coach in the house, D Wade. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, listen. Let's go ahead and just dive into what we're going to talk about today.
So much to talk
Let's
about,
go ahead and start
man.
off with the WNBA, man. Let's go ahead and just give people an update. Before I want to go, I want to talk about Coach Cheryl Reeves, the coach of the Minnesota Lynx. Listen, if you don't know, I was trying to pull up a video, but I don't have it right now. But if you don't know, let me break it down to you what happened in game. What was that? Game 4. Game 3. In game 3, Coach Cheryl Reeves went off on the ref and was about to attack this man in a very vicious way. But there has been a lot of stuff swirling around social media about, first of all, anytime you get a coach or a player that go irate on the ref and then gets in the post-game conference comments and then start talking about the refs and stuff like that, there will be people come out and say, oh, you're just salty because you lost. Don't blame the refs. You got to play harder, blah, blah, blah. And I totally respect that perspective. I really, really do. But this, what's going on, Lou? This is I think we want to dive a little bit more into this one because of what happened and who it happened to. Mm-hmm. First of all, if you're a fan of sports, you already know that coaches will typically get irate just to get the ref's attention, whether it means getting a tick or even get thrown out of a game.
Right.
So before I go on my spiel, I want D-Wade, did you just go ahead and give your spiel about what you think? About your opinions about what happened with Cheryl Reeves.
So, Coach Reeves, so here, what the audience needs to understand, EC, okay, is this, first and foremost. That wasn't an outburst about one particular thing that happened in that game at that particular time. This is something that's been boiling over and been brewing for a hot minute in this league, okay?
Fact.
This has been a topic that has been taboo and nobody wants to address or talk about, okay?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you let that happen, and we know what happens when you let the water boil and boil over, and you don't get to the pot in time. What happens. You know what happens to the gumbo. Okay?
It's gonna be on your countertop.
It's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, it's like the old Popeye the Sailor cartoons back in the day.
Right.
I got all I can stands and I can't stands no more. And he explodes until he gets a can of spinach. Well, Coach Reed didn't have his spinach can back.
Facts.
Okay? So she went. If this wasn't a Christian-based show, I'd have other things to say. But she went straight cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'll say it that way, okay?
Yeah.
She went straight cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because enough is enough, people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want to see a game officiated the way, and I want those officials to be held accountable. They're held accountable in the NBA. Why can't they be held accountable in the WNBA?
Right.
And that's all I got to say. Thanks for letting me share, EC.
Man, I appreciate that. So it was like D-Wade said, y'all. It wasn't just one incident. But I'm so proud that Cheryl Reeves did it because if you watch that game, and it's been going on, right? What people want and what people are trying to do, at least the mainstream media, they're trying to bring side-by-side comparison from the WNBA and the NBA, right? Mm-hmm. And we know that's not fair. And you can't look at them the same. When it comes down to money, these women asking for more money. And then people say, no, you don't have a better product than the NBA. We're not trying to compare, the apples to apples, right? You got to look at it from two different vantage points, right?
Thank you.
They're two different leagues, right? And they need to be treated as such. The men have a very physical league, right? League. And that's what it is. As much as the NBA has dove in and tried to control some of the aggression in the league, you know what I'm saying? They're doing what they can in the WNBA, but we always say that sports and competition breeds aggression. It's up to the refs to control it, and you can't be one-sided. Now, the unwritten rule is this, D-Wade.
So good.
The unwritten rule is this: you must protect your superstars. That's what you do. You must protect your superstars.
Thank you.
Fair.
Thank you.
I don't know if the world understands it or not. Definitely the WNBA refs know who the superstars are. You got to protect Phoenicia Collier incident because not only was she getting beat down and fouled and they wouldn't call her, but she ended up getting some ligaments torn in her ankle because of what Alyssa Thomas did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Alyssa wasn't a dirty player. She wasn't trying to shoot or trying to steal the ball, but the least you can do is call a foul.
Thank you.
The women gonna play, players gonna play, but the refs got to at least call the foul and don't give her that bucket. Let Feed shoot from the free throw line and then go on off to the bench and go out the game. You know what I'm saying? And then and you know what I'm saying? Maybe the team have a chance to rally and win. But when emotions high,
so good.
Break it a bucket. Your girl goes out. Your coach getting kicked out. That's too much going on in a playoff game because refs sitting there and not doing their job. And you know that's just what I got to say about that.
It's something that we've talked about all season long. You heard me, you heard J-Dub, you heard Simba, and I heard you talk about every one of these WNBA games. I feel like a bomb's getting ready to explode, and it's because they don't control the game. The officials don't control the game.
And even Coach Reeves, she said that. She said, you know, do y'all want to see this? Because she knows that the tensions are high with these women. And I'm gonna tell you, Coach D-Way, women ain't like men. Women ain't gonna be like, don't hold me back, sugar. Don't hold me back. You know what I'm saying? So when they get face to face, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be quiet, and as soon as people come. Now, women, I've seen it. We've seen it. The biggest brawl I seen was at Detroit and LA. I think that was LA. I mean, that was a big brawl because the one thing these women gonna do, they ain't gonna sit around and talk. When things get boiled, it's gonna be some swinging going on. That's just what that is. And so the refs got to be there real quick to control that game, right? But even with this aggression, these women have so much love and respect for each other. The one thing that people don't see, they don't see Alyssa Thomas going to Phoenicia Collier in game 4 while she was in the little stroller and apologizing to her and tell her, I'm sorry. Even though she didn't do anything wrong, she played the game the way and if Phoenicia Collier said, it's okay. It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. We're not mad at Alyssa Thomas. We're mad at the refs not calling the
There you
call,
go.
right?
Perfect.
You know?
Perfect way to say it right there.
Yeah. And so she did what she had to do. There's a fun note about this Minnesota and Phoenix Mercury team. First of all, congratulations to the Phoenix Mercury for making to the WNBA finals. We got to give them that much credit, right? We talked about Cheryl Reeves, but I just wanted before I end this Cheryl Reeves conversation. Cheryl Reeves, it's not your fault. You did what you're supposed to do. 10 toes down. Get the Renee. She got suspended for the last game, but something needs to happen with these refs. I appreciate that. But the Minnesota Lynx and the Phoenix Mercury lost to the Minnesota Lynx last year in a sweep of the first round. And on that Phoenix Mercury squad, D-Way, you had Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, you had a Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Cloud, you had Kalia Copper on that squad. Very well put together squad. And on that squad, you got 3 Olympians. You had Diana Taurasi, Kalia Copper, as well as Brittany Griner on that squad, right?
Okay.
That team gets dismantled in summer, in the offseason, in the fall. It gets completely dismantled, right? The only people that was left on that whole Phoenix squad was Kalia Copper and Natasha Mack. That is it. They did a complete overhaul. And then you bring in Satu Sabali from the Dallas Wings. You bring in Alyssa Thomas, who played with the Connecticut Suns, who, by the way, the Connecticut Suns lost to the Minnesota Lynx in the semifinals last year. And so now it's almost like you got Kalia Copper and Alyssa Thomas teaming up to take down the Minnesota Lynx, and that's pretty much what happened, in this situation, along with later on comes DeWanna Bonner, who played for that Connecticut team last year as well. And so just like a little bit of poetic justice for that matter, for the Phoenix Mercury to get their get back on the Minnesota Lynx in a semifinals game, But I'm looking at the fact that with all the talent they had in Phoenix last year, right, with BG and Diana, all you're doing is adding Satu and Alyssa Thomas, and now this team makes it all the way to the finals. It's like, of course, with the other complementary players and stuff like that. So, no disrespect to BG, no disrespect to Diana T, but Alyssa Thomas is in Satu Sabali, they added and they brought a little flair that the Phoenix Mercury would meet. We knew what Kalia Copper can do,
Right.
But man, being with a former Finals MVP one year, and now man, going back to the finals with a different teams, man, that is crazy. So now, what do you think about this Phoenix Mercury team before we get to the other game, which have some of the same chippiness?
Okay, so I got to stop right there.
Yeah.
One thing that you and I and Jada have always talked about and agree on is we want to see at the end of the year the two best teams playing for the championship, for the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see. Okay. And we're not going to get to see that this year. We are not going to get to see that in the WNBA this year. That's what I think about it. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's anybody who's followed this show for any time at all knows my love and my respect for the MVP, Nafisa Collier, and for them to have that game stolen, that series stolen from them, not by the other team but by the referees.
Exactly,
is a crime. It should be a third-degree convicted felon.
It should be, and that's what Coach Reeves is asking for. And I'm going to sign any petition that come across my desk. We're going to sign it for those refs to get convicted. This is what I would love to see happen, because this is what people are saying about one Nafisa Collier, right? She's not tough enough. That's what they're saying, right? And listen, D-Way, and I get their point, right? Even she lets you know herself that she's a more simple player. She don't do anything sexy. She goes and she just plays a game of basketball, right? But you know who they remind me of? What up, Sean?
Hey, what up, Sean, my friend? What up, Franco? I got Franco in the house.
He said it's funny how the NBA values freedom of movement, but the WNBA allows so much contact and physicality. And you're right. So because there was a time in the NBA where the NBA allowed more physical contact, right? And so obviously the NBA is a whole lot older than the WNBA. And so I understand why they allow it, but at the same time, these are females. These are females who are at time carrying children. So they got to be careful with the contact.
But let's put it back in reverse for a second, okay? And let me say this, okay? Let's tell the audience, let's tell the public, let's tell the people, the fans that are watching the WNBA, not to confuse tough with thug. Okay?
Facts.
Nafisa's not a thug. She's not a gangster. She don't roll that way. I'm not hating on those people, the people that play like their game like that. I'm not hating. There's a place for that. Yeah. But she's tough. She's mentally, she's physically, she's emotionally. She's an incredible leader, and she's very well respected in this league. So all the haters that want to hate, y'all go right on and hate.
Yeah, and in any sports, man, that you can't always, people always label the thug narrative when people go out there and get into it. And we got to remind people, first of all, competition breeds aggression. Emotions is postable all over. That's why you have refs, right? The one sport we see where it's allowed, where no one is called a thug, is hockey. And they literally let them sit there and fight in the ring, right? Well, when it comes down to other sports, it's all of a sudden like you're a thug if you fight. So
what I always say about hockey is this, okay? You go to an MMA contest and the hockey game might break out, okay?
Facts. Facts. They may be.
Hey, who's the big girl, the big post, the big strong girl for Phoenix that her and Nafisa collided a couple times and got face to face a couple times?
She's
a baller. She can play. What's her name? I can't remember. But she was driving and pushing and bumping and pushing, fee in, pushing her in, and then they got locked up nose to nose.
I know you're talking about, but I forget her name. I have to go to the roster and pull up her name.
I didn't see my girl backing down from that deal.
Oh, absolutely not.
So what's Martez? What's Coach got?
He's saying 50, 40, 90. When you do the numbers like that, you don't need to be super tough. She's super skilled. Exactly. Facts. And so what I was about to say is this: we watched Dirk Nowitzki get called the same thing, soft. And he's getting bullied. And the challenge, because this don't apply to every player. Right? This doesn't apply to every player. But the challenge is, to those who can, evolve without changing who you are. Right?
I love it.
We watched Dirk Nowitzki evolve his game without changing who he was.
We
see many players that evolved, changed who they were, and got better, and some got worse, right?
Yep.
But the object is to evolve your talent without changing who you are and the core of your beliefs. And Dirk Nowitzki evolved this game, found the skill set that no one can block, and fought himself all the way back to an NBA title. You know what I'm saying? And that's the danger part about Felicia Carter, because we know what she can do one-on-one. We saw that against any player. We saw that in the Unrivaled League, right? Can't nobody stand with a one-on-one, right? It just now put it in a team aspect. Once she evolved her games without changing her core beliefs, she will show the world that she can can stand in the same place that our girl Asia Wilson is standing in.
Thank you.
By being the best. You know what I'm saying?
And I love the analogy that you used with Dirk, because the first several years in the league with Dirk, I was calling him everything except a big German, okay? Because I want him to post up. I want him to be physical. I want him to
like swing on somebody at least one time.
I want him to cut somebody up in there. And my awesome nephew, J-Dub, said, Uncle David, he's a European guy. That's not the way he plays, okay? Yeah. And they said the same thing about Yao Ming, but you may be before your time though.
Well, man, Yao Ming he was just a big old dude. Like he ain't nobody stepped to Yao Ming, not even Shaq. So we already know. they knew. He didn't have to talk English, but they knew.
Dirk was the perfect guy to use for that scenario.
Moving on to the Aces and the Indiana Fever matchup. This is what I've been hearing on social media, D-Way, and I was completely surprised. Aaliyah Boston, is she dirty? There's been a lot of folks chiming on social media about Leah Boston's dirty. And what they've been zeroing in on and putting a magnifying glass on is the fact that when she's in the post, she hooks. And y'all know my motto: if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Right? Now, Aaliyah Boston is a heck of a post player, but sometimes when she's playing people like Asia Wilson on defense, at least these women are taller. And she has to play against a lot of taller players. You're talking about people like Asia Wilson, people like Tina Thompson, of the world. You know, those big girls. Even when you go down and play Seattle, Dominique Logan and Ezzie McBecker are just way bigger than her, right? Yeah. We can go on and on and on. Even I watched Fanisa Collar. I keep calling her Fanisa, but Nafisa Collar, I watch her cook Aaliyah Boston so many times. So what Aaliyah's done, she says, you know what? I'm going where I lack in height. Because she knows she got the skill set. She knows she got the athleticism, right? But sometimes height get the best of her. She's going to match it with a little bit more aggression, and I love it.
So, so if you know anything about basketball, that's part of the game, okay?
Facts,
Coach. Was another one that questioned his toughness. Hey, coach is spot on.
Hey, look at what Joker did.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. That's part of the game. EC, if you got me pinned down there on the block, okay? Yeah. Which you could, because you're a bigger, stronger guy than I am.
Ain't no
Don't think I'm gonna grab anything and everything I can grab, dude. Hold you, hook you, and I may even trip you. If I can get away. So that's not being dirty. That's just doing what you got to do as the inferior talent, the body. The body. No, I agree, Coach. Boston is an enforcer, and I'm off. No, she just knows how to play basketball. Okay,
and she's showing everybody like you can go into a playoff season, D-Way. With the status quo, just trying to be the same player. And I'm telling you right now, if Asia Wilson get the fire lit up under her that last game, because now put things in perspective. You're talking about when it comes down to the balance, right? That was a balanced game as far as the field goal percentage, right? It should have been even. Both of them shot 67 shots, right? What's the name had made more. The Aces made more. What determined the game was the 11 to 34 free throws. Indiana shooting 30 free throws, and the Aces only shooting 11. And that's what they weren't trying to poke fun of that, but they were just saying there is an imbalance when it comes down to who's taking free throw shots, right? And that's kind of and you do. And this is a playoff, you do have to balance it, right? But Asia Wilson turned around and said, "Listen, we just got to guard her. We just got to find a way to tough her. We got to find a way to let her get in the bag." So
you beat me to it. You beat me to it. Said Boston has stepped her game up this season. So I got two things to say. And Sean, you're on point, dude, as always. Two things to say, EC, okay? And the first one is I'm going to give EC his props. EC for 2 years has been talking about Aaliyah Boston He's been a monster fan of her game. He said nothing about how good of a game, how solid her game is, just how she adds to this team and to this league. And, man, I've got to watch it this year, and she can ball. She can ball.
Yeah, the beautiful about this whole matchup between Aaliyah Boston and Asia Wilson, they both played for South Carolina under Don Stadium.
Oh, I love it.
You couldn't get a better matchup than this, right?
Yeah.
Two tough women. So.
Yeah. And then the second thing I'm going to say is this. I have a newfound love, and respect and just an admiration for Asia Wilson, man.
Yeah.
The way she handled that the other night after the post-game press conference.
Yeah.
She could have went a bunch of different directions. She said, hey, that's on us. That's on me. That's us. We got to do better. We got to play better. We got to defend better. We got to be better at the end of the day. And, man, I love superstars, MVPs that step up and take the responsibility. Yeah. Don't you?
Exactly.
I love Asia for that.
And because this is what Asia was trying to say, D-Way, when you put things in perspective. Aaliyah had 7 field goals, and the rest of her points came from the free throw line, right?
Yeah.
4 of those possessions were against Asia Wilson. So 4 out of 7 field goals, I mean, they were just some beautiful shots. I mean, she was saucing up Asia those 4 times, right? 4 times. Asia had only, I think, 7 free throws. I think she went 3 out of 7, something like that, free throws. But she scored 31 points.
Yeah.
So when you look at the matchup between Aaliyah and Asia obviously won the matchup by far.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But from a team perspective, what she was saying is that we have to do a better job of guarding her without fouling her. Like
100,
we can't foul her. We can't foul because now we know what the refs are on. We know how the ref is going to judge it. We're not going to leave it in the hands of the ref. We're going to have to guard her a little bit more cleaner. And I love that. So this not because Aaliyah Boston scored 24 points. She did a darn good job. You know what I'm saying? But people forgot. Asia will score 31. You know what I'm saying? So that's still the MVP now. Don't forget about that.
And I know Asia will watch. She'll watch this show at some point because I know she loves us. So I'm just going to say this, Asia. I want to tell you, if I've ever said anything derogatory or you took disrespectful, I want to tell you, I apologize. You are the true MVP of this league, and I love you. I respect you. You're a phenomenal player, and even more important, a phenomenal person. So good job, and I wish you continued success. And how this series plays out.
All right, Coach. We got one more news to cover the WNBA. Chris.
Let's see.
Chris Caclones, whatever his name for the Dallas Wings, has been let go, and I told you he would.
What took you so long? What took you so long?
I told y'all.
What took you so long?
I told y'all he wasn't a good coach. I told it's too no. Listen. I ain't saying I'm the greatest judge of character. I'm not saying that, but this was undeniably bad coaching by him. You didn't make any changes. You did a midseason trade, but all you did, we know you need bigs. You did a midseason trade and got more guards. You traded a guard for a guard. You need some presence in the front court, not the back court.
Well, you know what we said? We said it, and all 3 of us agreed to it. We knew the Wings were going to struggle.
Yeah.
We knew they were going to have a dismal year. We knew they wouldn't make the playoffs. But we said we want to see them. We want to see improvement. Yeah. We want to see improvement every week, every game here and there. And with the exception of their superstar, Miss Beckers, we didn't see it.
Okay? Yeah, no. The only person improved was her.
Yeah. Thank you.
And look, she didn't have a ceiling to begin with. She came in with no expectations, and she came in and just blew it away. And she did her thing and showed the world that you come in and you have a player like Arika Ogunbowale, who is the face of the franchise, and within a month into the season, all that changes. To where now your rookie is the face of the franchise. We're talking about an all-star, an Olympian, in Arika Ogunbowale, and here comes this one Paige Beckers to just took over, and I love it.
So I want the wing. Lou says the Wings upper management needs to do a better job of evaluating head coaching talent. Yes, true, facts, and that starts with Greg Bibb. Facts. Just fired the head coach they had season before last, and after 1 year, shaking my head. No, Lou, you're spot on, Lou. You beat me to it. This will be the biggest decision in this early young wings franchise. Okay,
Right.
this will be a do or die decision on the direction that this team goes and the success that they have. Whatever happens. So who wants to throw some names out there, some possibilities that would be a good fit here in Dallas for the Wings?
The Aces old coach, Teresa Witherspoon. I would love to see her here.
Oh, I love it.
I know she got to let go of the Aces, but I think because what they need a little bit more dog in them a little bit. And now I'm saying this respectfully. I don't think that they're looking at her. I don't think any other of the WNBA teams looking at her. But just me, from my perspective, what I've seen out of Teaspoon and what she brought to the league, she is a veteran of this league. She's a pioneer of this league, right? And I think that's what Dallas has been missing, because you look at all the superstars that's no longer with us. I can count on two hands how many now current superstars that we had, and now they're gone, And so we just need to bring a little bit more toughness. Now, there 1 year we got far into the playoffs, and I think that was the year we lost to the Aces. So, so we've had success, but now we need to bring those type of coaches in here, right? So, there's some coaches out there. I'm not even mad going and looking at Phil Handy from, I think that's his name, from the Lakers. He was, he was coached the unrivaled league.
He was the coach.
So, why not bring him on? I'm just saying. Y'all look at him. I'm just saying.
I bet his name gets thrown in the hat.
It needs to be if he wanted. So he's a strength coach for the Lakers. So bring him on in. Yeah.
And I don't know who they'll be looking at for drafting, but I've been throwing Lauren Betts' name around. Jadab's thrown Lauren Betts' name around. I don't know. I don't know.
We need her.
Yeah. Need a big body in the middle to take up some space and get a rebounder and block a shot.
All right.
Good stuff.
As we now progress into the NCAA, listen, the NCAA wasn't really a whole lot to talk about this week. We had the one big game between Oregon and Penn State. Did you see any parts of that game, D-Way? It was the best game for the most part of the whole the weekend.
So I'm gonna
matchup wise.
I'm gonna beg to differ with you on that.
Oh, talk to me.
Okay, and I don't want to get into it, especially since you have Oregon and Penn State up. But
let me pull it down. Give you a chance.
And you're going to be proud of me. You're going to be proud of me. The best game on the card this weekend was TCU at Arizona State. I watched it from the jump, dude. It was phenomenal. Okay. And
I like that. See, I like that because you're going big.
I know you did. I know you would.
See, you did that for me.
You've been putting this peer pressure on me to get more into my Big 12.
Because I got Coach Martez and Lou watching, they frown up on me when I talk about Big 12 competition. So I wasn't gonna bring up Big 12, but since you did, I
knew. I had to show you some love.
I appreciate it.
And hey, man, TCU trying to do a little something.
Exactly. And listen, this is a Big 12, a good Big 12 team beating another Big 12 team.
Yes.
So I'm not disappointed at the loss. I wanted to see another team stay undefeated in the Big 12 because we got Texas A&M. We got Texas Tech, Houston, BYU, and there's another one I think that's undefeated. And I want to say I forget the other team that's in Iowa State. So we got Iowa State, Houston, BYU, and I just drew a blank again, and Texas Tech that are undefeated. So I appreciate the Big 12 love out there, man. But of course I watched the game. Of course I watched the game. I love what I see. I love what I saw out there. We didn't get a chance to see. Now hold up. Listen. Alabama and Georgia. Alabama beats Georgia, and everybody went unhinged. What?
Oh yeah.
The Boer finally won a game that he should win. Georgia is not as good as everybody think they are. So let's go ahead and call it out there.
Thank you.
So there you have it. I'm going to get that out the way. Texas A&M still look to be
good.
Come on. Are they the best team in the SEC? Probably so. I said probably. We can talk to me, D-Way. Who's the best team in the SEC?
I'm an Aggie. I'm a fighting that.
Of course you are.
Texas Aggie. Through and through, graduate from there and the whole bit.
Yeah,
I I don't trust A&M. Okay,
No.
and until they get in there with Alabama or Georgia or Tennessee, they beat Auburn, and I don't think Auburn was that good. But until they beat one of the big boys, we'll see. I mean, are they in the conversation? 100%, yeah, for sure. Mike Elko's doing a great job. We're super excited to have him. As they're doing their thing. So, but you got to play. You got to beat the big boys. To be considered be in the conversation with the big boys. So
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at Ole Miss. I think they're better than Ole Miss. Missouri. I think they're better than Missouri. Vanderbilt. I think they're better than Vanderbilt. And then Oklahoma. I think they're better than Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma just lost their quarterback. So for I don't know how many weeks. So he may be coming back, bounce back. I'm not sure.
Why aren't you giving Ole Miss more love than that? I don't understand that.
Oh, it's simple. Let me pull up their. They ain't playing nobody.
Okay.
They played. LSU was the only ranked team they played this year. Okay. So it's like, so that's don't get me started. I'm not going to have a rankings rant today.
No, we're not. No,
don't get me started. Because I got a whole book over here of dissecting it.
I do not want your blood pressure to get up, man. Please don't.
Because it can.
Yeah. Hey,
but Colorado. Go ahead, D-Way.
Iowa State, the Big 12, right?
Who's that? Yeah, I would say Big 12. Yeah.
Did you mention them that they're having a real good year?
Yeah. I mentioned them. Some think that Texas Tech is the front runner for the Big 12. I mean, possibly, could be. Yeah, could be. I'm still looking at those Iowa State and Arizona to do their thing and stuff like that. But the Big 12, in my opinion, man, we got 4 teams. They're in the top 25, and ACC got 4 teams in the top 25. I'm going there, D-Way.
Okay. I knew you would.
The Big 10 got 6 teams in the top 12, top 25. Yeah. And that old goddamn Southeastern Conference got 10 teams in the top 25. And they all about to start beating each other up and beating each other. So I want that list need to be falling off by the end of the during season.
Who is I know Ohio State's won. So let's see what the rankings are this week.
I gotta pull it right. So the rankings are Ohio State 1, Oregon 2, Miami 4, Miami
3,
and then you got like Ole Miss 4 and Oklahoma 5. That's your top 5. Texas A&M 6. They still got Texas ranked in the top 10.
That's
Alabama made it to the top 10, which is a joke.
Yeah,
which is a complete joke. Texas Tech should be in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? That just I don't like. I'm not getting mad.
Well, no, we ain't gonna do that. But hey, I guess we'll, and see. Oklahoma's playing a terrible.
Why Georgia Tech is not ranked higher than at least Tennessee?
I don't know why.
Because Tennessee is an SEC team. There we go. I'm gonna keep on throwing it out there.
OU's got the mighty Kent State this week in Norman. They're going to beat the brakes off of them.
He said the mighty Kent.
Yeah, I mean, so that's a joke. But I mean, Ohio State's, just their rankings deserved. I'm gonna tell you, because my brother from Kilgore, Texas, called me right before kickoff, and he said, "What do you think about Oregon Penn State?" And my answer to him was, Oregon will win that game outright. Because Penn State's always overrated. Speaking of teams that are always overrated.
Yeah.
And they, as Z-Man says, they were who we thought they were. So, but let's see. Let's see what the matchups are.
So in the top 2 stars, you got Georgia and Kentucky. You got Iowa State and Cincinnati, Big 12 matchup. You have Wisconsin and Michigan. Michigan need that win.
Texas, Florida. And Florida's coach will get fired. He's going to get fired anytime now. So
Illinois and Purdue, Penn State,
Vanderbilt, Alabama.
Yeah, that's going to be once again
why is Notre Dame? Why is Notre Dame ranked 21?
And they're independent. They ain't really they I don't know. They shouldn't, but they are.
Well, you got Texas Tech. That's 4-0 going into Cougarville.
Right, that's 4-0.
That
Right.
should be that ought to be a shootout, I would think.
Big 12 matchup right there.
Yeah, should be good stuff there. Yeah. So
Miami, the U versus Florida State. That's gonna be a battle down there in Florida. Oh my God, that's the rivalry right there. The U versus Florida State. Ooh, that's gonna be some man. A&M should that Mississippi State game versus A&M. That's gonna be a real challenge for them.
It's gonna be because Mississippi State plays real. They play.
Yeah,
They play.
That's not gonna be easy for them.
They play big boy football. They hit you right in the mouth every play.
Yeah,
and A&M doesn't really like that kind of physicality. So we'll see. It is in College Station, so that's a big plus.
This is where we get in the conference play. So they all start beating each other up now. So
yeah. And then we got. But you said Miami is at Florida State.
Yeah.
And Miami's favored. So I can't believe that Florida State's getting 4.5 points. But whatever. I guess we'll see. That should be good. That should be the game of the week, don't you think?
Yeah, that should be the game of the week. And I actually think that Alabama Vanderbilt game is going to be the game of the week. And I think that Vanderbilt is going to win that game.
Come on. What?
Yep.
What? Let me see.
I think they got it. Yeah. And
you didn't just go there. Let me see how many. Alabama's favored by 10.5. Man, Alabama's going to be really emotionally drained after the big win. So I guess we'll see. If Vanderbilt is a contender or a pretender. You know.
So I know Florida Gators are 1-3, but they're going against the 3-1 Texas Longhorns, and this is the SEC versus SEC. So I mean, technically, Texas should win that game. They got Texas by 6.5, but that's going to be a little test.
Can I tell you something?
SEC test for them.
Can I tell you something? I hope so bad that Florida beats them. You knew where I was going to go with that.
Yeah.
I hope Florida beats them, man. It'll make my weekend.
Yeah. Hey, let's go ahead and transition to NFL, man. We got a few things to cover. First of all, I want to say congratulations to our guy down over there in the New York Giants, man. Listen, Jackson Dart took the team to a win over a hot team in the Chargers, and he really, really, really looked good. So, man, great job to the G-men out there for pulling out a win over there. And I mean, that rookie looked pretty good. So, I mean, that was a great decision by the coaching staff and the GM to go ahead and sit Russell Wilson and go ahead and bring in Jackson Dart. And because he doesn't have the IQ that Russ have. I saw it in a couple of plays, but he's younger and his ability to move.
Yep.
I mean, come on. That's the reason why you favor the youth. I'm sorry. You can be an old skilled man, but unless you got a good offensive line like Tom Brady, that it can only last so long. You know what I'm saying? But Jackson Dart is going to help him with his legs while they rebuild the offensive line. So I really appreciate that. He said Russell Wilson is Russell. Yeah, I think he's cooked. Lou. I think it's done. I mean, go ahead, D-Way.
I want to see the Giants because they're in New Orleans this week. New Orleans is favored by 1.5. Is what I think.
New Orleans
is favored by 1.5. Yeah, that's a tough place to play there in New Orleans.
Everybody been winning there lately.
Yeah, I don't know, but what they're thinking is that environment for a rookie quarterback is I think the Giants will win that game, but that's a tough environment for a rookie quarterback. You know, those fans are brutal, man.
And let's throw this out there.
Yeah,
you talking about once again, you have Spencer Rattler, who for all intents and purposes is a rookie, even though he played a few games, but he hasn't played enough games, right? Yeah. So now him putting all the weight on his shoulder to win at home against a team that now that Vegas thinks they should beat, that's a lot of pressure.
Yep.
And I don't think they're going to do it. I really don't.
I mean,
will bring out Russell Wilson. They'll bring out Russell Wilson to play that game before they lose that game.
Yeah, but I really liked what the Giants have done with I think they brought Jackson in they got him in at the right time. They didn't throw him in there the first or second week, you know.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. But that should be good. So go ahead with your NFL.
Lamar Jackson, coach.
Oh, man.
And the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not gonna do them like that. I'm gonna say the Ravens. So what are your thoughts? Let me ask this question. Let me ask you this question about the Ravens.
Yeah.
Are they what the record say they are? That's tough. I know, Coach. Take your time. We got to take your time, Coach. I know it's hard.
They've lost 2 in a row.
Are they what they record?
How can you have one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the National Football League and have the best running back in the National Football League and have what some people would argue and say is one of the best head coaches in the NFL and be 1-3? How does that happen? Explain it to me. Explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me. Come on, I don't understand it.
Me neither. Some would suggest their schedule. Playing Buffalo first, then you play Detroit, and then you play Kansas City. The Cleveland game was the only game they won, which wasn't a good team, but that is a tough schedule. Playing Buffalo, Cleveland, they had to play Detroit and Kansas City back-to-back. That is a tough schedule for what we've known what these teams can do. Now, early in the season, Detroit didn't look like much coming into that game, but then they revived themselves and played and found their identity in that game. And so, and just same way with Kansas City. Kansas City didn't look much good coming to that game, but they found their identity back playing against the Ravens. So 2 teams found their identity playing against the Ravens, and the Ravens has yet to find their identity. Yeah. Are they who their record suggests they are? This is tough.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
They just said Lamar's out, and Lou beat me to it. Vegas has the Texans going into Baltimore favored by 1.5. Houston is favored in Baltimore by 1.5. Lou, you beat me to it. Thanks for showing that. Yeah.
Wow. If Lamar is out, then yeah, definitely the Texans will win that game.
Why can't your best running back in your defense step up and win that game for you? I'm asking for a friend, Eric. I'm asking for a friend. Okay. Why can't you're at home? Why can't you take the best running back in the NFL, along with one of the best coaches in the NFL, along with now their defense is really banged up, Lou. Tell me if I'm not wrong. Their defense is really banged up. Okay.
Yeah, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 guys out on their defense. And you got a couple of questionables out there. So yeah, they got at least 3 of their starters questionables. Yeah. So yeah.
So according to Vegas, Baltimore's going to be 1-4 after this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I thought they had they was deep in their defense in preseason, the way they played on preseason. You know what I'm saying? But
no, Lou, you're right.
Always tell the story. Yeah, I think the Ravens.
Lou, I think the Ravens. Yeah, Lou, definitely, most definitely, and they're really banged up on the defensive side of the football. You know. Yeah. And this could be. I know we all love our Houston Texans. We all love C.J. Stroud. All love the coach there. This could be the game that turns the Texans season all the way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not to add, the Lions. See, Buffalo put up 41 on them in that tight game. Detroit put up 38, and then Kansas City put up 37. You know, so I mean, yeah, their defense is like the Cowboy defense. They let people just throw all these points up on them. I was sitting there watching the game, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The answer to that question is yes. The Baltimore Ravens are what their record suggests they are. They're a 1-3 team, and they're not a very good team.
Wow,
that's what they did. And I know with arguably what 2-time MVP. You know what I'm saying? We've seen what Derrick Henry can do, breaking highlights, and we know what type of coach Harbaugh is. But at the end of the day, as of right now, coach, they're a 1-3 team, and they've been looking like it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
A little bit of controversial before we get to what we want to end the show with. First of all, A.J. Brown. I respectfully say this to A.J. Brown. Bro, you tripping. You need to stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. And because of this, I normally D-Way let people be who they are.
Yeah.
But see, now AJ Brown, you stepping into a world that I don't know. I want to know how familiar. You quoted a Bible verse, Matthew 6:11. That's what you tweeted out. And you took the scripture out of context and tried to make it about you.
Yeah.
Mark 6:11 is talking about that Jesus sent his disciples out, and Jesus basically gave them the instruction. If you're not welcome in the city when you're going to witness, don't worry about it. Shake the dust off your feet and keep moving on.
Come on.
You want to make this about you in your tweet. At least that's what everybody's taking from it, saying that if I'm not welcome to this team, then they need them, and I'm not received. That's not, and I tried my best, D-Wade. That's what took me long getting on the show. I went through at least about 10 or 11 versions of the Bible to see if those versions of the Bible is what he quoted directly from, and none of them was it. So this was him paraphrasing to make it fit himself. AJ Brown, I don't mind you reading books, and if you're reading the Bible to try to get yourself calm, but what you're not going to do with the Bible, sir, from a Christian community, you try to read the Bible and try to make it about yourself. At the end of the day, you own a team that just won a Super Bowl and currently have no losses. If you're going to read the Bible, take this from the Bible. Be grateful, sir. Be grateful. If you're going to read the Bible, that is the message. Be grateful.
Don't get EC in trouble.
It's on you.
Woo! EC, thank you. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Awesome. Get his name off the board. I don't see it anymore.
Jalen Hurts, you up next, sir.
Okay.
This is what people has been. Well, I ain't gonna say people. This is what the mainstream jerks has been saying. Not jerks. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna disrespect them like that. The question is, there's two different things. How are we going to rate Jalen Hurts? Is he elite? He just won a Super Bowl. Been there 2 of the last 3 years. Right? MVP of the Super Bowl. His team is currently undefeated. We've seen the style that he plays. His style of play is effective, and not only style of play is effective, but it's also sustainable. Right? Now, what people are saying, Coach D-Way, is that I put 2 R's in his name. I'm sorry. But what people are saying is that he should be playing using every skill set he have in his repertoire. And the reason why he's only, getting 100 like the last game thing, 100 some odd passing yards, is because he cannot do anything else than the other one he's doing. So people say he's not elite because his passing yardage don't show it. Thus, why AJ Brown is losing his mind.
Garbage.
So is he elite based on his already accolades and what he's done with the team?
Yeah.
Or he should be doing better because they're equating him to other quarterbacks who's throwing for 250 plus yards a game, averaging,
Okay, so you're going to hate on Jalen because the Eagles don't have to throw for 250 yards every Sunday to win. Okay, I like it, Lou. Remember what Cam Newton said about Jay Hurts on his podcast a while back.
So Newton said that he was Cam Newton didn't have him in his top 10.
Right. So. Yeah. No, Jalen Hurts is legit. Jalen Hurts 0 passing yards, second half on Sunday.
Facts.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that, Lou. I don't, because did he need to throw for some yards for them to win? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There's some teams. Josh Allen has to throw for yards. Josh Allen has to run for yards for that team to be good. Okay. Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do that with the team he's with. Okay. Now you say, well, but I'm not going to sit here and look in the eye and say most of the quarterbacks in the league could win a Super Bowl with Philadelphia. I think that's garbage. I don't believe that to be true. Okay. I don't think Justin Herbert could win a Super Bowl with Philadelphia. Okay. I don't think Dak Prescott could win a Super Bowl in Philadelphia. Okay. The list goes on and on and on for me. Okay. But I'm not hating on anybody, but Jalen Hurts is who we think he is. And that is, he's a big time, prime time. Is he going to go down in history as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? No, he's not. Okay. But that's just because of the way he plays and the team he plays for. Thank you.
This is what Cam does not rank Jalen Hurts as top 10 quarterback, believing that the Eagles' immense talent and strong support system makes it difficult to evaluate Hurts' true individual talent. Suggests his name is a game manager. Facts. For a team that wins with or without him playing at an elite level. Due to emphasize that other quarterbacks like Lamar, Patrick Mahomes require truly elite play for them to succeed, whereas Hurts can achieve success by simply avoiding turnovers. And I couldn't put all of them in there. Before the turnovers in. Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what Cam Newton said in his podcast. And D-Way, without you even watching podcast, you and Cam Newton are spot on, and you guys agree. I don't know if y'all got Ken, if y'all Ken or not, I don't know, but y'all and you said the exact word. He said, and I quote, Josh Allen has to play elite in order for the Buffalo Bills to win. That's exactly what he said. He said Patrick Mahomes has to play elite in order to, but Jalen Hurts does not. And we forget this is the number one. He was first overall pick out of the draft. Heisman winner in Oklahoma. He was a superstar in SC. He was a superstar in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Prior to getting hurt and bringing on Tua Tagovailoa and then going over to and finish his legacy at Oklahoma. We forget how he got here.
I'd really like to hear what Sean Smith and what Coach Montez has to say about this subject if they're on and playing well within the strong system the Eagles have been built around him. Yeah. When I think of game managers, guys, I think of people like Joe Flacco, Jim McMahon, Trent Dilfer. Y'all help me here with some people. They were game managers, if you will. But not somebody that is. I mean, guys, Jalen Hurts might be one of the best athletes in the entire NFL. Okay? Does that make it? That didn't make him a good quarterback, but and again, he won't go down in history as one of the greats. But I tell you what, he's a stud. I still think Jay Hurts is the quarterback of the Eagles, despite what Cam said. It's just that when the Eagles have to rely on him when all else goes wrong, Hurts will deliver. Man, Lou, you're on point. Lou, you're on point, bro, tonight.
So one thing I love about what Cam Newton said, because Cam Newton, he made his comment and it went viral and everybody came after and stuff like that. But since then, because I watch his 4th and 1 every week, since then, first of all, his explanation to why I think is great. Because number one is his explanation, is his reason and his opinion. And anytime you can stand 10 toes down for your own opinion, that's great without just fanning out or just saying, because this is what I think. He gave an explanation and he gave his criteria of what he think a top 10 quarterback is and why Jalen Hurts didn't fit his top 10, right? He says, listen, what do you want to do?
Okay.
But since then, he's completely evaluated Jalen Hurts. He supported Jalen Hurts by wearing his jersey on the show. He showed us how much love and respect. And he said it yesterday on First Take by simply saying that, listen, because Michael Irvin said he said that he wouldn't. I mean, Cam Newton said that he wouldn't pick Dak Prescott over Jalen Hurts, and Michael Irvin went completely unhinged because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, and this is why I like what Cam Newton is saying. We know and we see, D-Way, what Jalen Hurts can do. We know he can run for 20, 40, 50 yards if he needs to. We know he can sling the ball 20 for 40, 50 yards if he needs to. We've seen it. He just haven't done it, you know what I'm saying, in bunches like the other quarterbacks. Not throwing for 0 receiving yards in the second half. Did your team need it?
Yeah, I mean, that's just not that alarming to me.
Right.
Okay, here we go, Sean. Jalen Hurts will show. Yeah, that's 1,000% spot on, Sean. Thank you for sharing that. Jalen Hurts will do what Jalen Hurts has to do to make his team be successful, okay? And I'm going to be controversial here. I'm going to get a lot of hate right now, okay? I'm talking about right this second.
Come on. I'm with you.
Right this very second. If you backed me in a corner and made me have to pick my quarterback, and my two choices were Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, I have a really tough time with that. Meaning it would be hard for me not to pick Jalen today, right this second, the way they're playing right now.
Right.
That'd be hard for me. So
hey, that ain't no controversy. I mean, I totally agree with you on that one.
So
right now, because when I was watching that game, I'm watching Jalen Hurts and watch Nick Sirianni and them call some plays that were just amazing. The one key play in question is when they lined up for the tush push and then threw it to Saquon Barkley for the touchdown.
That was awesome.
You know, that goes to show you that just when you think you got it figured out, you don't.
So here's a question I have for everybody. I want to figure out how do you stop, how do you defend the tush push? Okay. And I have a question for everybody out there. Okay. is it legal for a defender to jump over a center when the ball snapped and hit the quarterback in the mouth? Is that legal? I don't think you can jump over the center. For some reason, I think there's a penalty. I think there's a rule about that.
Oh man, here we go. Here we go.
Really? Man, the Z-Man comes in hot out of left field. Coach D-Wade needs to be tested.
Hey, listen, for those who talked about Jalen Hurts receiving yard, let me put this in perspective real quick. Hold on, because I know Lou got to get to his podcast. Let me go ahead and bring up his comment. He said, he said, does that mean, does the team need it? And spot on right. Cam said, exactly. Exactly. He said that if Hurts sees it, that he will have to put the team on his back and get the win, then that's what he'll do. Because when you put it in perspective, Lou, the score was, what's what I'm looking at? The score was 24-6 at halftime.
Yep.
Run the ball. You got the best running back.
Yep.
Run the ball,
time
possession. That's what you do. You don't need to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Just run the ball. You know what I'm saying? It is up to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get themselves back in that game.
Yeah.
And they tried.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Yeah, in the second half, kudos to the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. The offensive coordinator managed that game in the second half.
Yeah.
I am not going to put my quarterback in any harm's way that he doesn't need to be in. Okay.
Right.
And so, it is what it is. And I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy.
Now, their rushing yards wasn't great in the game. Only had 88 rushing yards and 130 passing yards. But the way they managed the game, it's like taking your starter out without taking your starter out, resting the player without resting the player.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they done enough to win, and Tampa Bay didn't do enough to win. You know, and I mean they didn't lose, and Tampa Bay didn't do enough to win. So that's it. And you go back, you look at game film, and you evaluate. You know, if you had to play this exact same, like when they go Monday, you're pulling up an ideal. We're gonna look at all this film. If we had to play this game all over again, how would we approach it? And that's just a few hours, maybe an hour or two. Then you go into next week's game. Okay, how are we going to approach this next game? I mean, that's all you can do. At the end of the day, you're still looking at 4-0 and all these people that's hating.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get on. We're gonna end the show talking about these. You know what?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Green Bay and Dallas Cowboys, man. D-Wade, what? You know, I got a couple of questions, but I'm gonna let you take over this because what are your thoughts on this game?
So I got invited to go to the game. I wasn't able to go because of my schedule.
Why didn't you give me the ticket?
Z-Man says I love Jalen, but he is not in the same zip code as Lamar.
He said you need to be tested by saying that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if he was talking about being tested because I've got brain damage or being Bob and Randy Galloway tested. So I wasn't sure which one he was talking about there. But having said all that, I wasn't able to go, unfortunately, because of my schedule. But and now hindsight, I'm glad I didn't go because I didn't want to be there till midnight. You know, some of us got to work for a living. You know, so
right.
But what a crazy game, and I just think it's criminal that an NFL game has to end in a tie.
Yeah,
and so. I mean, the game was good if you're a spectator. I'm not sure who the better team was. You know, I'm going to give Dak his props because the offense did what they had to do. The defense is the issue here for Dallas.
Yeah.
So EC, jump in on that.
Yeah, so unlike you, I am when the league came up with this that you only get one overtime period, and then after that's the tie in the regular season. I think that was at first I didn't like it, but then when I like you, we got to be up 6 hours watching one game like it used to be back in the day. It makes so much sense, right? Because here's the deal: you think about that game last night. I mean, or Sunday night, that game would have touched midnight easily had it not been a call period. Because both teams are going to keep scoring and keep scoring and keep scoring. It's going to just be crazy. Now you're talking about the old sudden death situation that used to be to the first team that scores wins. Then but they had to stop that because they feel like other teams weren't getting a shot at it. So that's kind of unfair, right? But these two teams ended the way they needed to end it because both of them did what they needed to do on offense, and neither one of them did what they need to do on defense.
Yep. Yep.
So at right now, you're the exact kind of team.
Yep.
So that's why you ended the tie, because you guys are the exact same type of team, and that's why I love the NFL for that. Now, will there be other? If we watch the Buffalo and a Kansas City go back and forth, no, we need to have a definitive winner out of that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let that thing go into the next day if we need to, right?
Yeah,
it depends on the caliber team, right?
It was so exhausting to watch the game. I mean, yeah, it was exciting, and both teams had a bunch of exciting things on offense, but it's just kind of, to give up 40, both teams giving up 40, and then somebody not being able to put the other team away in the overtime period. Come on, guys, you know. And there'll be a lot of positives to take out of it. What do you think about Micah's performance?
I mean, he did. I mean, they had a plan for him.
Mm-hmm.
They had a plan for him.
Yeah.
Here goes Z-Man. We thought they were the Green Bay Packers are not.
Z-Man, I hate to agree with you on national television, but I agree with you. You're right, 100%. What's Sean got to pick and flashed his good side for the Cowboys this week, but you never know what you will get. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Sean. But Sean, when he's showing flashes of greatness, he's a superstar in this league, man. But you just don't know when you're going to get that, you know. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
So this is what this is, and y'all listen. First of all, let me go ahead and say it right now before I get in trouble. Dak played his you know what off.
Yep.
All right. And give him credit. The way he's been playing so far this year is no discredit to him. And I've been saying that Dak can play at the elite level, and I think he deserves to be in that top 10, maybe not top 10, because maybe top 11, top 12. You know, I think he is that guy that people keep, marginalizing for the most part, right?
Yep. Yep.
And we know his situation is his defense, right? Especially this year, because his thing was not being able to run the ball and not having more receivers. Now he got receivers, he got running backs, and now the offense is squared away that the defense went back. So in the day, Dak is who he. But my problem with media, social media, mainstream media, whatever, definitely here in the DFW, and I watched First Take have a whole segment talking about how good Dak is and what's next for the Cowboys defense. And they did not mention not one time on Jordan Love performance. They did the exact same thing with the New York Giants. Now, we know we got out of Russ. Russ is old, so there was nothing to talk about Russ's performance and get that bad defense, right?
Yeah.
But when I am talking about that, you're looking at the numbers. Dak Prescott, 319 yards, 3 TDs, and a rushing TD. All right? Yeah, and he got a rushing TD. So 4 touchdowns so we get that, and 0 interception, right? 31 for 40. But you got to look at what's name didn't have a bad record either. Jordan Love had 337 yards, 31 for 43, 3 touchdowns. Had similar type of game, except he didn't have a rushing TD.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So those are the type of things I'm looking at. He had more rushing yards than Dak with 28. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because Dak only had what 2 yards for that touchdown.
Yeah.
So help me out, D-Way. Why?
This is what I want to say, EC, okay? Sean, Cowboy fans like to complain about Dak, but I would take him in Pittsburgh. He's better than what we have had lately. Whoa!
Hey, man, you leave A.A. Ron alone.
Woo! A.A.Ron, man.
You happy that you got it. You be happy you got A.A. Ron.
A.A. Ron was over there in Dublin doing his thing. This is what I want to say, okay? This is what I want to say, and we'll be able to talk more about this next week. If Dallas can go into New York with the Jets, Aaron Glenn, they're 0-4. They are desperate for a win. Right now, Vegas has the Cowboys going into New York and being favored by 2.5 points. Okay? If Dallas goes into New York and wins that football game, that's a tough environment against a team that is desperate for a win. If Dallas can go into New York and get a W this week, I'm gonna feel a whole lot better. Okay. because the Jets are desperate, and desperate teams, desperate times, desperate things happen. So we'll see.
This is a disaster waiting to happen for the Cowboys. Tell you why.
It's a trap game, man.
Because Aaron Glenn is a defensive coach.
Yeah, this is a trap game for Dallas. I'm telling you, bro.
So the Cowboys' strength is their offense. Mm-hmm. And Aaron Glenn is the defensive quarterback, defensive coach, right? The Cowboys' weakness is their defense, right? Which Aaron Glenn is the defensive juggernaut, right? So just like Caleb Williams beat the Cowboys by doing what a young quarterback should do, this is going to be the same thing with Chicago's old quarterback with Justin Fields, right? The kid will run the ball. We saw what he did in the game last night. He took off, ran, 70 yards for a touchdown?
Yeah.
The Cowboys have no answer for that currently right now.
No.
You know, we talk about his targets, his wide receivers. They got no answer for it. We're talking about the running backs. Not only just he can run, but you talking about Breece Hall and all them guys. This is not the matchup Cowboys want to see after a tie. It's not one they want to see. And like you said, D-Way, a hungry team that needs to win.
Yeah. Y'all listen to me, guys. Listen to me. The Cowboys have won one game. They are 1-2-1, and their only game was against a terrible Giants team, and they won by the hair of their chin. So this is This is a trap game for the Cowboys this week. I'm telling y'all. Z-Man, talk to me.
All I know is that I'm not picking the Cowboys to win this game because it's a game that I'm willing to be wrong on. If the Cowboys win.
Dallas could easily be 0-4 right now.
Facts. Absolutely. And I'm glad you said it because it's not hating. As much as we here in the DFW Metroplex, I think that we're validated to say it, D-Way. We're not hating. We both are Cowboy fans.
Huge fans.
We support them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we have an obligation and a responsibility as podcasters to tell the truth and not fan out.
Yeah. No, thank you.
We have to, and at the end of the day, by telling the truth and not fanning out, Cowboys can lose that game against the Jets.
It's a trap game. I'm telling you, give our AP. That's what it means to me.
So, man, that's all we have for this week, man. Coach D-Wade, man, you brought the thunder today, man. We thank Z, man. We thank you, Sean, for chiming in. We thank you, Lou, for always chiming in. For those who may be watching this podcast, in rebroadcast, man, please join us every Tuesday, 6 p.m. sharp, man. We're going to get on. We're doing this thing, man. Join this conversation. We appreciate you. For those of you who have ever been a part of this podcast, man, we thank you so much for allowing this channel to continue to grow and to succeed, man. We appreciate all the love. And until we meet again on next Tuesday at 6 p.m., this your boy EC22 signing off. Coach D-Wade, what you got for the final words?
Just want to say, hey, I'm getting on one of those big old airplanes, and we're going up to see J-Dub for the weekend. So I'll be taking all the love up there to him and be picking his brain. So I'll have a lot of good stuff to share next week.
You tell J-Dub that as soon as he's ready to come back, just tell him to just hit the group text up. And then we'll send them links, man. I know he's getting winding down that season over there. So just let him know we're ready for him to get back.
Yeah, and then lastly, if you're a baseball guy, the MLB wild card playoffs have started, and I'm following it right now. There's some really good games. If you like playoff baseball, tune in. It started right now, and it's going gangbusters. So, so I'm looking forward to watching some baseball tonight. So, love you, EC. Always a good time.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. That's all we have. This is your boy EC22 along with Coach D-Wade. This has been the FairWeather Fan channel. Once again, like, subscribe, share, leave comments for you to join the conversation. And guess what, y'all? We are out.
Absolutely.